Hey everyone, Dan here with Indie Drop News. I hope you're excited for this Friday's news as I am. Sorry I missed last week. Had a bit of an issue with my recording software, so I apologize for that. Anyway, let's get right into it. Xbox owners can enjoy this pixel art perfection sale. Be sure to get on this as there is 3 days remaining, I believe. Let's see, what's the date today? The 5th, so it ends on the 8th of October. And you can save some good money on some of these awesome titles. Dead Cells, Stardew Valley, Owlboy, Hyper Light Drifter, Axiom Verge. I mean, there's just a handful of amazing indies at amazing prices. So be sure to get on that. If you haven't signed up for the alpha beta test for Breach by QC Games, be sure to do so soon, as they will be conducting the test sometime mid-October. We learned a little bit about this last week. I meant to put this in my news again last week, but I figured I would just kind of carry it over. But they did say that the news comes in 3 different kind of flavors, I guess, where they are currently testing it under NDA, which is invited co-developers only at the time. Of course, that was last week. The good flavor, this is extra development time that allows them to make the technical alpha client more stable. And finally, the great flavor. If everything comes together in the way that they hope, not only will the first non-NDA folks get a key to play around mid-October, but will also allow everyone to stream it on Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, or anywhere else, as well as capture content for whatever your choice of platform may be. And they may even let more players in, depending on the stress on the servers and such as well. So, again, if you haven't signed up for the Breach beta, be sure to do so. BitKid, or @ChasmGame over on Twitter, had announced that Chasm is coming to, well, as my good buddy Ginger Snap would say, is coming
for Nintendo Switch.
Thank you, Ginger Snap. Nintendo Switch eShop on October 11th. And it's available for pre-order right now, so get on that. In a comment made by someone, Xbox is coming at some point as well, but it's a little delayed, and unfortunately, we'll announce more as soon as they know. Speaking of games coming out
for Nintendo Switch.
Thank you again, Ginger Snap. Flipping Death is getting a physical. So it's already released on the Nintendo Switch, mind you, but it's coming out for Nintendo Switch as a physical. So if you haven't jumped on Flipping Death yet, or have been waiting for a physical version of the game, here's your chance. This game is developed by Zoink Games, published by Rising Star Games. It's coming out for PS4 and Nintendo Switch physically. So, yeah, PS4 guys can get on that as well. So, moving on here as well, let's see, Aloft Studio. Now, this is kind of just a little shout out I wanted to conduct, as I've seen this game and they want us to kind of spread the word a little bit. So, anyway, this game is Hazelnut Bastille maybe, something like that. This is a game coming out for PC and hopefully in the Nintendo Switch. I went to their site and they have a little Nintendo Switch logo that has like a loading bar. So they've pitched the idea, I believe, to Nintendo themselves, and they're waiting to hear back from them. I know that they are looking at a Kickstarter in the future. And if you'd like to get your hands on a demo, they've included a link, one to their site and one to their demo page. You can test that out on PC, Mac, Linux, wherever your choice may be. And I just got to say that Hazelnut Bastille looks amazing. Like, check out this art. I just absolutely adore that sort of art. The game Looks very much like Legend of Zelda, so if you've been itching for a Zelda-like game on PC, and again, hopefully maybe it comes out for Nintendo Switch, yeah, I mean, you'll get your fill for sure, as this game seriously looks like a Legend of Zelda type game, and boy oh boy does it look fantastic. So anyway, you play as a heroine where she kind of needs to discover certain events. Let's see, yeah, it tells the story of one lone young woman who will brave terrible odds in order to retrieve something that was taken from her. She will befriend a band of cast-outs and knaves living on the fringe of the world as she unravels the mysteries of a vast and unknowable past. I feel like they maybe should have said unknown past, make that a little easier to roll off the tongue. But nonetheless, Hazelnut Bastille, hopefully we can see this on Nintendo Switch. And if you're a PC player, you should be excited for this game for sure. On to our Kickstarter game of the week. This was supposed to be the Kickstarter game of the week last week, but again, didn't get to that. So, Bushiden, a game set to come out for Steam and PS4. Guys, this game is dope looking. I will definitely show the trailer to you, but currently sitting at $28,500, rounding up, out of a goal of $70,000. 20 days to go. Guys, I'm gonna have to show you exactly what this game is and what it's capable of. If you've ever seen anything about Shinobi 3, 2, anything Shinobi-wise on the Sega Genesis, this game is seriously a mimic of that, almost tenfold, I would have to say, which is no big deal. I absolutely love Shinobi, and I really can't wait to see this game in action. It's a Metroidvania type game. The features that they have included here is 7 levels to explore, plus the prologue area, which is right at the very beginning there. Survive epic boss fights to unlock new traversal and combat abilities. Unique crowd control combat system gives the player powerful options for dispatching hordes of foes, which I will show you down the line here. Revisit levels with upgraded abilities to access new areas, find secret rewards, and become even more powerful. So that kind of mechanic comes out of maybe Shantae. Shantae has very similar mechanics to that as well, which I absolutely loved, revisiting certain levels and kind of just unlocking more hidden secrets, more hidden areas. It was all really, really awesome to play through that. Now that they've introduced that here, that's really, really awesome. Collect currency from slain enemies to purchase health upgrades, enhanced shurikens, weapon summons, and chi spell attacks, which again I will show you down the line here. Beautiful handcrafted pixel art, and that is an understatement. Beautiful is a complete understatement. I mean, just check out these environments in general. I mean, they just look dope. Himitsu Lab has got to be my favorite. That is so cool to see like those alien type creatures or robots or whatever encased in that tinted green glass. So cool. And Kaku Desert, really, really awesome. Yeah, super cool. So, and of course, Gao's Tower. They're not going to show that off, I don't think. I wouldn't want to spoil that, as that, I'm sure, is the final stage and where you would fight Gao himself. Let's see. So yeah, on to combat. The kind of area attacker finishers. Looks like you have a handful of abilities to kind of take on multiple enemies at a time. Combo shuriken throw, which if you're taking on an enemy and you have another enemy kind of approaching you, you can basically stun them and avoid any contact with that type of enemy until you are ready to face them, which is really, really awesome. And I obviously would think that the shurikens at some point would have different abilities to like allow for like maybe a freeze attack or like some kind of burning attack or shuriken throw or something like that. Wouldn't doubt it. Combo cancel is something that I think a lot of people are going to get on board with as a speedrunner and just kind of hacking and slashing at your own pace. Not having to worry about the combos interfering with approaching enemies, I would think. So that's a really, really good mechanic to include. And finally on to the chi spell attacks. Again, This is something that Shinobi had, and I really, really liked these types of power moves, you could call them, where, yeah, you have your bar is charged all the way up, and you can use this ability to disperse of all the enemies on the screen, minus the bosses, of course. I mean, I'm sure they're going to take a significant amount of damage, but yeah, I mean, this game, I gotta say, just looks stellar in all of its glory. I gotta say, the phase shift is pretty cool too, where you change what looks like an aura around you to kind of allow you to step in certain areas, as it looks like force fields or just kind of laser grids on the ground there that would shock you. So that's really, really sweet. And then there's like a gravity shift and a whole bunch of different other things as well. The soundtrack is pretty rockin'. I will not play that, but I will show you the video, of course, to you as well. So without further ado, let's get right into that video. So yeah, there you have it. Bushiden, 41% funded with 20 days to go, my friends. So yeah, expected to hit your console and or PC August of 2020. So we do have some time before the game is released, but I'm sure we will see a handful of updates on exactly the processes they've taken and or just the bugs that they're working out and such. Yeah, guys, I am super, super excited for this game. So thanks for joining me this fine Friday evening, or whenever you decide to watch this. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share my video. And visit me over on Twitter, why don't you? I post some things over there, mostly my content and or little bits of news here and there, of course. But anyway, thanks again, everyone, for joining me. I hope you enjoy your day.